Portland police swarm a North Portland neighborhood after reports of a man with a gun. It set the neighborhood on edge and ended with one man wounded and in custody. Good evening, I'm John Adams. Our Art Edwards was on scene and has more on what happened.
It has been a very tense time here in North Portland. We're at the intersection North Lombard and North Portsmouth. For some of the people around this area who were in some of the businesses nearby, it was a time that was very scary for them. They were told they needed to shelter in place.
We heard gunfire. I rushed out there. The gunman came walking through the back with the gun out, and I was notified immediately, got everybody in, and got a call from the police saying, get in, lockdown.
Mel works in a bar right at the intersection where everything happened. It started about 5:15 when police got a call about a man with a gun walking on North Portsmouth. Officers from the North Precinct responded and encountered the armed man acting erratically, going in and out of a nearby apartment and yelling at police. He would sometimes hide behind cars, but would not give up his weapon. One officer used a non-lethal round, another a lethal round, wounding the man. He went back into an apartment. Police sent in a canine and were finally able to take the man into custody and then rush him to the hospital. A Portland police spokesperson says the man is expected to survive. No officers or people in the neighborhood were injured.
Tonight is just another reminder of the challenges we're facing as a community, as a city, that there are risks out there, that there are incidents that sometimes do require this higher level of force by the police.
New tonight, a circus performance at the Portland Expo Center was briefly stopped after one of the artists was injured. Happened during the 7 p.m. showing of Kuza by Cirque du Soleil. The group says the artist was immediately taken to the hospital for examination. Their condition is unknown at this time. A crash on I-84 caused by street racing sends 3 people to the hospital. Happened around 3 this morning in the westbound lanes near the Airport Way exit. Gresham police officers say a white Mercedes was racing a car and hit another car, which caused it to roll over. While the driver fled the scene, 3 passengers were found inside hurt. The driver was later arrested and booked on multiple felony charges. A local man's family is still looking for answers more than 1 month after the 20-year-old was shot and killed in a Portland park. In our More Than a Number initiative, our Sydney Dorner spoke with his mother to learn more about her son as she pleads for people to come forward.
It's been over 40 days since Asher Mendes' death at Selwood Riverfront Park. His mother says he had expressed concerns of feeling threatened in the weeks leading up to his death.
Luis Rodriguez gave birth to her son Asher Mendes in Hawaii.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Back in 2003.
Respectful to each other. You learn that from a young age. Caring, and I mean, the word aloha. That's what it was like there.
They moved to Portland when Asher was in 5th grade. She says that was the point his life took a turn.
He eventually kind of got into a group that wasn't the best choice in friends.
By the time he was 20, he decided to start a family.
Precious baby.
Mendes and the mother of his child battled with homelessness. They landed an apartment, then his ex-girlfriend decided to leave one night with their son.
And he woke up and they were gone, and that was in May. And he hadn't been able to see the baby since. He tried and he tried. He was heartbroken.
Mendes coped with the pain by frequently being out with his friends.
He's like, I am thinking about the baby. I'm just having such a hard time dealing with all this.
He was invited to a party on July 12th at Selwood Riverfront Park, where he was shot and killed.
Felt like at one point that my heart was literally breaking down the middle. Like I just felt it just pulling apart. Just devastated.
Detectives believe many people were in the area at the time of the shooting and left without speaking to officers.
And nobody is saying anything. I don't think it's unreasonable for me to question that, because I think it's something anybody would question. He didn't deserve this. He did not deserve this.
Right now, Asher's family has started a GoFundMe in hopes of raising reward money to motivate people to come forward with answers. Linked on our site at kgw.com. Back to you.
All right, Sydney, thank you. Our initiative aims to help give a face and a voice to victims and families impacted by tragedies. If you or someone you know has been the victim of a homicide and you would like to share your story, you can reach out to us by sending an email to morethananumber@kgw.com. The Beaverton School District is now being sued over the alleged actions of a former football coach. Jamal Jones is accused of slapping players awake at an overnight camp this summer. The parents of a 17-year-old filed the suit, accused the district of negligence. Court documents state the district should have foreseen the chance of Jones causing harm, claiming there were past incidences of verbal and physical assaults against students. The family's asking for $125,000. The coach has resigned and is facing 12 counts of misdemeanor harassment. In Marion County, investigators recovered nearly $500,000 in stolen property earlier this week. On Wednesday, they served a search warrant at a home on Northeast Evergreen Avenue off of Silverton Road. There they found a trove of new merchandise believed to be stolen from multiple large retailers. Things like Lego sets, toys, movies, and vinyls. Investigators arrested 48-year-old Salvador Barraza and booked him on charges including organized retail theft and money laundering. And back in Portland, on Friday, law enforcement arrested multiple people during a retail theft mission in the Jansen Beach area. A total of 18 people were arrested or cited. Officers got back about $1,000 worth of stolen goods. They also recovered a stolen vehicle, an unlawfully possessed firearm, and 7 ounces of meth. Well, turning now to weather, a chilly start on our Saturday here in Portland, but we did get a few peaks of sun out there to start the weekend. Ashley Graham's joining us now. Ashley, do people need to grab that jacket again heading out the door tomorrow morning?
Well, it's a great question because it certainly has felt like fall here at least the last couple of days, and tomorrow morning will still be just a little bit chilly. 7 a.m. 58 degrees, but look at that real quick. We're up to 70 degrees at noon. Now, today our high temperature was 70 degrees, so we already know we're going to pass that tomorrow. That high temperature forecasted is 78 degrees, and we're actually headed into a warmer stretch. So we're saying goodbye to these showers that we've seen for the last 48 hours or so, and we're moving into warmer temperatures. We're going to see a mix of sun and clouds this week, so some of those temperatures going to be closer to average, about 80 degrees or so when we head into Monday and Tuesday. But later on in the week, we're going to see much higher temperatures. Some of these temperatures far above average. So if you're making your Labor Day weekend plans, we'll talk all about that in just a minute. I do want to give you a quick look outside on this Saturday evening from our Wells Fargo Tower camera. 66 degrees and cloudy. We'll talk more about your 7-day forecast coming up in just a minute.
All right, Ashley, thank you. We have a traffic alert you need to know for tonight. An overnight closure of all northbound lanes of the I-5 bridge was scheduled to start at the top of the hour, so crews can rebuild the drawbridge sign and work on other systems. It should reopen at 7 tomorrow morning. Washington-bound traffic should take I-84 east to I-205 north across the Glenn Jackson Bridge. The U.S. Coast Guard says the crew of a commercial fishing boat likely saved a man's life this week after they rescued him from a sinking ship. James Vagelli is the crew member of that commercial fishing boat that spotted the vessel in distress around 2 a.m. about 20 miles off the coast of Astoria. The vessel had lost power and was taking on water. James and his fellow crew members contacted the Coast Guard and realized they wouldn't arrive in time to rescue the man on that boat, who James describes as being between 70 and 80 years old. So they pulled their boat alongside and assisted the man aboard while battling choppy seas.
About 10 minutes later, his vessel starts sinking. It went onto its side and then did this where the bow was sticking up and started going down. And the chopper was up ahead right as it was going down. And he was in dire straits. There was no other boat around for several miles.
Unbelievable story. Well, James said the rescued man is named Larry and described Larry as being very grateful they were able to help him out.